Hello, everybody, and welcome to the opening ceremonies of the 2020 Elite Olympics. I am Hans Buttface. Tonight, we will be previewing the rules and format for the Elite Olympic Games. We will also include revealing the teams and the participants and announcing all the games that will be a part of the Olympic event. Let's start by taking a look at the rules and format for the 2020 Elite Olympics. There will be 8 total teams in the Olympic event, with 4 people on each team. Teams were randomly drawn to include 1 member of the Elite Tournament's Upper Deck Division, Bowl Division, and Cesspool Division. The 4th member is a non-elite tournament member who was, in most cases, recruited based on a specific need the team needed to fill. 3 members from each team will compete in the Team Rando Relay event. Each of these 3 members will be responsible to play one of the 3 randomizers that were voted on by our participants for these Olympic Games. The 4th team member will represent their team in the wildcard tournament, which features a vanilla game. And in addition to these 2 events, anyone involved in these Olympic Games can compete in any of the other optional events without any restrictions. Now let's break down the rules and the format for the Team Rando event. The group stage will consist of 2 groups of 4, with each team playing every other team in their group once, for a total of 3 races. This event is a virtual relay race. During each match, all 3 team members will race the specific randomizer they are responsible to play against the person assigned to that same game from their opponent's team. After all 3 races have been played, the times will be added up to determine which team won the race. During these same races, the individual racers will be accruing their own wins and losses, which will determine individual medalists for each individual game. After 3 races, the top 2 teams in each division will compete in the medal round. The medal round will be a series of 4-way races for each of the games, with all times being totaled and the top 3 earning the medals. And for the individuals involved, there will be a single 4-way race per game to decide those medals. We will reveal who is playing what game and what the games are a little bit later in this episode. For now, let's switch over to the rules and format of the wildcard tournament. The team member who is not involved in the Team Rando Relay will compete in this wildcard tournament. The rules for the wildcard tournament are similar to the rules of a traditional elite season. Tonight, a game will be announced for this tournament, and all 8 players involved will have several weeks to learn and practice the game before the races start. And when the tournament does start, it will be a single elimination format with the 8 players involved, with a bronze medal race. This will be a game that we will add to the King and Knob series. The player winning the gold medal will sit atop the throne and then could be challenged by anybody else who wants to take that title for themselves. Once again, the game and the participants for the wildcard tournament will be announced later in this episode. But for now, let's take a look at the teams and players participating in the 2020 Elite Olympics. This is your parade of Melvins. Starting out with our first team, this is Penis of the Farm. Their captain is Unos XX. He was the champion of the bowl in his first season in the Elite Tournament. He also won the Elite Championship in season number 9, and is also the king of the knob in at least one game, The Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. It should be noted that he also held the world record in that game, which he accomplished during practice for season number 6. He will be joined by Elite OG member Link Sevens. Link is one of 5 active members in the Elite Tournament that has been racing since day 1. He was the Elite Champion in Season 5 for the game Tiny Toon Adventures. Now, there was one vacancy in the Elite roster. Penis of the Farm chose to fill it with RKC TKC. This will be RK's first Elite Knob Melvin competition, and he seems to be itching to start. And the last member on Penis of the Farm is Scorpion Max. He is Canadian. Our next team is Pixel Fire. Pixel Fire is the only team to return from the 2018 SHI Tournament Olympics. Their captain is once again D-Pad Danny, who was the Season 9 champion from the Bowl Division. Random Effect will be joining D-Pad Danny on Team Pixel Fire. Random has not found too much success in the Elite Tournament yet, but he does hold the record for most relegation races participated in, and holds the record for most relegation races played without getting relegated. He is really hoping these Olympics have a Fisher-Price game of some sort. And like D-Pad Danny, Dig Shake makes his return to the Pixel Fire roster. Dig backed into a bronze medal race in Super Mario Kart in the last Olympics after receiving a first-round bye. He was then defeated by his teammate in these Olympics, Random Effect, for the bronze medal. In those Olympics, he also lost his first-round race in Zelda 2 Randomizer. Rounding out the field, or rounding out their roster, is their ringer, Game Boy F9. Among his list of accomplishments, which include creating randomizers for Dragon Warrior 2, 3, 4, 7th Saga, and a bunch of others, Game Boy was the champion of the Edgeworth 20 Games, RC Pro-Am, and Excite Bike. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody meet the dinosaurs. They are spearheaded by BTs, who despite setting a world record in Kaizo Shojin Shibubimen 0, lost in the bowl finals to D-Pad Danny. Now, everyone thought that he was going to be the only person in the Elite Tournament not to participate, but then after confessing he did not read the rules and was informed he only had to play one of the games in the Olympics, he then decided to rejoin and try to play 2 games. We, of course, are talking about Jam Eviler. Dongers in chat for Jam Evil, please. The third dinosaur is Puke 7. Puke is also one of those elite members who has not found too much success lately, but is looking to break out at any moment. We actually had to change the game chosen for the wildcard tournament twice, because he would have had an unfair advantage based on the games he already knows. And rounding out the dinosaurs is Amazing Toaster, who holds the record for most time spent playing Zelda 2 Randomizer at RPG Limit Break at 3 days, 4 hours in one sitting. It is now time to reveal the best team, the Near World Order. Their captain is a man who once had the best race average in an entire tournament, went into the relegation race anyway, won the relegation race, was relegated, then won the championship in the lower division to ascend once again to the top level the next season. And of course, we're talking about Angry Larry, and he also won a gold medal in the last Olympics, winning the Super Mario Bros. 2 event, and was the runner-up for the Elite Championship in Season 9, won the first Duncan Melvins tournament in Dragon Warrior Randomizer 2, and, hear me out, once tried to fight Darryl Strawberry at an Islanders game at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. He is joined by 2020 AGDQ All-Star Nirm, along with his skills in beating Final Fantasies without fighting anything. Nirm was a gold medalist last Olympics in Super Mario Kart and won the Elite Championship in Season number 8 playing Toki. Speaking of Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide Randomizer All-Star Zyrak is also on the NWO roster. Zyrak had some success in the Elite Tournament, but can't seem to get over the hump in the bracket rounds. He does, however, have a Duncan Melvins victory in Final Fantasy IV Free Airship. And rounding out the NWO roster, he is both vicious and delicious. We are talking about Buffalax. Buff is 5th place on the leaderboard in Hollywood Squares. Our 5th team is the Esports Justice League of America, captained by Armageddon Time, a Canadian. Armor drinks milk from a bag and is 0-6 lifetime against Angry Larry in the Elite Tournaments. Armor's first teammate is Justin Man 114, who once cursed while commentating a race on Speed Gaming, and most recently won the 2019 Zelda 2 100% All Keys tournament. He was also the cesspool champion in season number 8 of the Elite Tournament. EJLA member number 3 is Edgeworth. Edge won some Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament at one point and is known for buying or making BGT buy games to play for the sole purpose of pissing off Angry Larry. He also has a folder on his computer of animated GIFs where New York Yankee players get hit with baseballs. Rounding out the roster is Light. Light has world records in Zelda 2 New Game Plus No Major Glitches and New Game Plus No Healer Glitch, as well as Ultima 7. Please welcome the 6th team in the 2020 Elite Olympics, the Asylum. Their warden is Europsilis, who only has 2 losses in Elite Tournament history. He will be joined by Zarnax42, a double gold medalist in the last Olympics, taking first place in the Super Mario Bros. Event and the Tetris event. The third inmate is the artist formerly known as Dark Magician 1184. DM plays long. He has tremendous wingspan and is best known for being that guy on the emotes. Their hired gun, Willard J. Bradley, who will probably be representing the Asylum in a game he is really good at. Team number 7 is team number 9. If this is confusing to you, please consider that their team captain is bent glass tube. BGT is the world record holder in the Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, Yoshi's Cookie, Little Digger, and Othello. He also races randomizers like he is playing them for the first time, even 4 years later. His first teammate is Tristal MTG. Tristal was the champion in the cesspool last season, which was also his rookie year. He is also known for being that guy who made his opponent quit in the finals of the first ever Final Fantasy randomizer tournament. Joining them is Thurwolf, and like the others on his team so far, Thurwolf adds a lot of depth and high-level skill to a variety of the more popular randomizers that could have been chosen for this tournament. The last member of team number 9 is Hayo24. Not much is known of Hayo, even how to pronounce his name properly. But he was involved in a Duncan Melvin's tournament, doesn't play Super Mario Bros. Games, and is on the waiting list to join the Elite Tournament. He is looking to surprise a lot of people during these Olympics. Our last, and looking at this roster, certainly the least, the Broad Guy team. Their captain is Elite legend Buzz Thunder. Buzz has won several Elite championships, but is mostly known for making Unos play Super Mario Bros. And Tetris in the last Olympic event. His teammate wears a cape and pees in sinks. Ayayay's in chat for Meowth, please. Among Meowth's other accomplishments are formerly having the world record in Final Fantasy II for the Famicom and being the runner-up in the cesspool last season in his Elite debut. Teammate number 3 is Zeb Gedney, and the last member of Team BGT is Trails, who you know must be cool because he now has 2 underscores in his Twitch handle. Those are your teams for the 2020 Elite Olympics. But what games will they be playing, and who will be representing each team for those individual games? Let's find out right now. Starting in our Team Rando Relay, the first game of this event is Zelda 2 Randomizer. Now, as we take a look at the 8 participants that will be representing their teams in this event, I'd like to remind everybody that there is no specific order the teams need to play their games in, and that the players you see listed are not grouped in any sort of order. The team groupings will be rolled privately sometime after this episode. Our second game in the Team Rando Relay is Dragon Warrior Randomizer. To fill in a few more rules, I will explain that the flags these racers play in any of these games are completely up to them and their opponent. They may get as creative as they like or as basic as they like. And the goals for the games are also up for negotiation. Players do not have to race the full beat the game mode. They can use alternate goals, which also include treasure hunts and only racing up to a specific point in the game. And our last game in the Team Rando Relay event is Link to the Past Randomizer. Remember that the winner of each race will be the team with the lowest time for all 3 of their segments totaled. Any player forfeiting will be very detrimental to their team. There will not be any sort of formula or modification or adjustment taking place for any forfeit. A forfeit will go on the team's record, and in the event the other team doesn't forfeit, they will lose the race. And the game that's going to be raced in our wildcard tournament, Hammer and Harry. These 8 players will now get several weeks to practice and learn this game before any of the races start. When the races start, the brackets will be randomized. These are not the matchups. It will be a single elimination tournament, but there will be a bronze medal game. Anybody winning their first round race will be guaranteed to be in one of the 2 medal races. And there you have it, the games of the 2020 Elite Olympics. Those are the mandatory games. Every participant of these Olympics will be playing in one of the 2 events. But in addition to these events, all participants have the chance to earn additional medals for themselves and their teams. The first way they can do this is with our Open Challenge events. And here are the rules of the Open Challenge events. There'll be 5 total games in the Open Challenge, each with corresponding category. Players competing will submit their lowest time for these games. Any participant can submit as many times as they want for any of the games involved. There is no limit to how many submissions you make. However, only your best time will count. Top 3 times in each game will earn medals. And there are also no additional restrictions for participation by team. All and any team members can submit times and try to sweep the medals for that game. As I mentioned before, there are going to be 5 total games in the Open Challenge. The first one is on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And it is Cyber Stadium Series Base Wars. It will be the any percent category for 1 game. Game number 2 is a homebrew on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And it's going to be Lawnmower Beat the Game. Game number 3 is on the Famicom. And our players will be playing Mini Putt, the traditional course. Moving on to game number 4 on the Super Nintendo. Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. Any percent for Falcon. Now this game can be emulated, and it is a Super Scope game. So you'll just have to figure it out. And our last game also for the Super Nintendo. Street Fighter II Turbo. We're going to be doing the arcade mode on normal. These are your 5 games in the Open Challenge event series. Remember, the goal is to get the fastest time. Top 3 in each game will earn the medals. And the Open Challenges will start as soon as these opening ceremonies are over. And it will last the duration of the Olympics. So you have 10 weeks to submit your best times for any or all the games. The last way the teams and their participants can earn medals in these Olympic Games are through our weekly elite community races. There will be 1 race in each of the 10 weeks of the Olympics, with each race having a special theme or gimmick attached to them. You can see a little teaser for the 10 games on your screen right now. But let's find out what they are right after this very important clip made possible by Loudgoat.
What they give me. Sick.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Angry Larry here with another 2020 Elite Olympics tutorial video. This is the weekly race series, and this is race number 5, and I'm going to show you guys what to expect in the race for Final Fantasy Randomizer. First, we're going to go over the settings and the flags for the race. We're playing with version 3.0.0. We found the tail and we're promoting the website. I don't understand what that means, but let's go ahead. It's nice that they are advertising 2 of the 5 discords. Begin a new game or randomize. Let's go with randomize up top. We'll click it one more time. All right, here we go. We're going to make the flags, and I guess the first thing we'll do is we'll shuffle shops. What does this one mean? Random weapons and armor. We got treasures and incentives here. Some goals and maps and routing. There's some scaling. What does this stuff do? All right. Could not randomize everything. Guess that means generate the ROM. Got some presets up here. Improve vanilla, chaos rush, debug, beginner. That's all good. What if I click help? Maybe it's easier if I just download the utility instead of using this website, which is unreadable. There it is, 3.0. There is no Windows executable for this release. All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Angry Larry with another 2020 Elite Olympics weekly race tutorial. This is race number 5, and we're going to play Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. This is one of those games that randomizes all the worlds, the levels, and the enemies. And we're going to explore some of the flags right now. All right, we're starting off in the ice world here. We're going to go check the pipe. This is probably one of the things you want to do. See if you can get through the world faster. We're blocked here, so far we're off to a good start. And we're going to go back the other direction here. And then head on over to board number 3. And all right, well, I promise I did hit jump. Maybe that's randomized as well. I'll try the other button this time. Gonna go. All right, be nice and steady here. Take our time. See if we can hop over this guy. All right, we'll just do that. Get rid of that guy. Let's see if we can get this block. Oh, nope. Guess not. Avoid that fireball. Jumping onto this thing. All right, we're going to miss that block too. What do we got going on over here? Am I going to jump right into that thing? Nope, I'm not. P-block. All right. Well, at least this is not Final Fantasy Randomizer. Well, there you have it. The format, rules, participants, and games of the 2020 Elite Olympiad. Make sure you look for these races on this channel starting next week. Until then, good luck to all the participants involved. This is Hans Buttface. Let the games begin. Knob.